All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Nine, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. It is Friday, the Lashawan Qadash class, where we get into our language. You know what I'm saying? Lashawan Qadash, all right? Qadash is holy. Lashawan, right, is the tongue. So, holy tongue, all right? So, we're going to start off every class like we start off every class with the Hebrew alphabet. So, if you would, repeat after me. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, P, to qua, ra, sha, and the. All right. All right, let's zoom out and zoom to the board. All right. Okay, so we are gonna build on what we've been learning. Use conditional clauses. Gonna do some scripture breakdown. All right. Okay. So the scripture that we are going to break down, all right, is Genesis 27 and 18. All right, I'm gonna write the part of the verse on here, the part that we're gonna break down. Oh, wrong scripture. Wrong page. Sorry, Genesis 12 and 5. Genesis 12 and 5. I'm just gonna break it down with this here. All right. So we have Genesis 12 and 5. All right. So the first word that we have right here, different color. All right. All right. We have over to the hour. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a verb analysis on this word. Okay. If you've ever been in one of my classes, you are quite familiar with this box I'm about to draw. All right. Okay. So we have over to the hour. All right. So in order for us to begin to establish the root word, you have to first know what the stem is. All right. So, Officer Tazadak, how do we know what the stem is? All right. So, the stem of a sentence is normally started off by the beginning of a phrase. All right. In this case, it's how was. All right. So, if it's how was the beginning of a sentence, as we've gone over before, it is a qual stem. All right. So, we're going to put qual there. All right. So, that means there's an immediate separation right here. All right, so now we have to the hour. All right, so what is the root word? All right, so the root word actually in this word is yataza'a. All right. All right, so Strong's concordance number for this word is H3318. We'll reference that here in a second. All right. So what form is this qual stem? All right. So because it's at the beginning of a word, that means that it is a prefix. All right. And what person? All right. So the way we know what person is, we go to our cheat sheet on the board. All right. So we have like warrior, triple All right. So we go to our cheat sheet. All right. We have ya. All right. Which is and he. All right. So immediately when you start talking about he, it lets you know what person it's in. All right. So when I say he did something, what person am I talking in? First, second, or third? So if me and you are having a conversation, that's two people, and I say he, that makes how many people? Three. So that's what? Third person. That is correct. That is correct. Yes, yes, and. All right. So, yeah, don't, yeah, man, clap it up for the sister. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? All right. So, next we have G for gender. So, what's the gender? Well, we know the gender because of the he. So, it is automatically masculine. All right. And is it talking about one person or two persons? One. So, we know the number is singular. All right. Because ya and he. We're only talking about one person, so it's a singular statement. You understand? Now, if we got into like we were talking about like Noah or that would be dealing with like they or them or we said or Han, right? So that's when you start getting into multiple people. All right. So we have the root word as yataza'ah. All right. So all right. So we already established that wa is and ya is he. Now let's go to our Strong's Concordance and let's look up H 3318. All right. So yataza'ah. All right. Translation means to go out, all right, to come out or to go forth, all right. So I'm gonna put right here meaning, all right, and it means to go out, come out, or exit, or go forth. Okay, all right. So now we've established the root word, which is taza'ah, right? Okay. Now, so we have warrior taza'awa, all right? So this word has a suffix on it. So it is he, right? So, all right. In this case, is referencing who this conversation is talking about, all right? So, and he go forth, or and he went, all right? So I'm going to put went. I'm going to put went, And I'll put under go for it. All right. So, and he went, or and he went forth, or and he go forth. All right. Okay. So next, let's deal with the next verb. All right. So the next verb. All right. Before I move on, make sure everybody has this. We're gonna keep the same chart because we're gonna do the next verb that's next to it. All right. If you don't know what this is a verb analysis chart. All right. I use this all of the time. Okay. All right. Everybody got it before I move on? All right. Okay. All right. So let's clear the chart. Hey, boy. Hey, go sit down. All right. So the next word that we have all right, is lalaka. All right. So this is the next word that we're going to be breaking down. All right. So this word have a prefix, a suffix, or both. All right. In this case, this word has a prefix. All right. La. All right. Looking at the board, what does la mean? La means two or four. All right. So, so let's look at the stem. All right. So we've already established what the stem is from the previous statement. So we know that this is a qual stem. All right. So what do we have here? All right. So we have lock. Whenever you see two laws before a ka, 9 times out of 10 is making reference to the word halak. All right. So, but in this case, it's yalak. All right, which is a derivative of halak. And once we go to the Strong's Concordance, you'll be able to see that. All right. So the root word in this sentence, all right, is yalak. All right. So the laka, all right, is a derivative based off of context as far as tense of how we're going to use it of yalak, right? Okay, so we have yalak. All right. So yalak Strong's Concordance number is H3212. All right, and the root word that word comes from is halak. All right, and the Strong's Concordance number for that is H1980. All right, so we know that this form, all right, is a prefix because it is before the word. All right, now we know the person's in third person because in reference to how the sentence started off. So we have third person, gender masculine, number singular. All right. So now let's look up what in the Strongs what yalak means. All right, so we're gonna pull it. So that's H 3212. Made that look like an R. right? So it literally translates as to walk. All right. When we look at Strong's, it literally makes reference to the root word, which is halak, which literally means the same thing, to walk or to go. All right. Okay. All right. So, uh, so we have and he went to. All right. We're gonna put to go. All right. Okay. So now we know that we have a person, a male, that is going somewhere. All right. He's on journey. He's in path. So we have the context, we have the action verb that the noun is going to be doing. All right, in the sentence. Okay. So next, all right, make sure everybody has this. I'm going to move on. Now we're going to start breaking down the nouns that are in the subjects and the nouns that are in the sentence. All right. Everybody got this? All right, no sweat. All right. So now we have ra to za. All right. Now, does this word have a prefix, a suffix, or both? What is it? Wrong. It only has a suffix. All right. Okay. The root word is oratiza. All right. So oratiza literally translates to earth, or in this case, land. All right. So what does the ha mean? Ha is her. All right. So that makes this word feminine. All right. And we're going to find out why. Okay. Okay. So the next word that we have, all right. Oh, and also, all right. So just a quick little breakdown. Write this on the board. All right. All right. So we're going to introduce something new. All right. All right. Whenever you have a ha at the end of a noun, all right, it is called a directive. All right. And it has another meaning normally in the sentence. All right. Meaning to. All right. So now why is this important? All right. Because, and he went to go, right? To where? To a land. So ha not only makes this word feminine, but it also is a directive. All right. So we're going to put to under here, all right? Because whenever ha is found at the end of the word, it becomes a directive, all right? Not only giving gender to the word, right? But it also is a directive. And it makes sense in this sentence because this person is going to somewhere. He's going to a land, all right? So let's find out what land he's going to, all right? Move this down. Right. All right. So the next word we have right here is nine. All right. And what is that in Hebrew? Canaan. All right. So we have, and he went to go to land of Canaan. All right. So now we have the directive, all right, of where this person is going in the sentence. All right. Okay. So next we have YAHANNA. All right, we have YAHANNA. All right. Okay, so make sure you have this root. I could probably do the what you call it. All right, so we're going to do another verb analysis. All right, so let's put the chart back up here. All right, so we have another verb analysis. All right, so we know immediately because of the YAHANNA, it's a qual stem. All right, so we're going to put qual right here. All right, so we have hour. All right, so what is the root word? So whenever there's a qual stem and you're dealing with the present tense, all right, if there's a wa already in the center of the word, all right, this is the second one, because the present tense, where you know a word is the present tense, you put a wa between the first and the second letter of a word. But there's already a wa between the first and second letter of the word dealing with present tense, that was moved to the end of the word. All right. So our root word is bawa'ah. All right. What is the Strong's Concordance number 4? It is 8935. All right. So what form of it? What form is it? All right. So we already know automatically that YAHANNA and the qual stem is and he. All right. And it is a prefix. All right. What person is it? Dealing with he. We established it from the first one. Third person, gender male, because it's and he. And number, it's singular. We're talking about one person here, okay? So we look up uh, H935 in the Strong's Concordance, all right? And that word means to enter or come in, all right? All right? So we have, and he went to go to land of Canaan, and he entered, all right? We have Arataza again. All right. All right. So we know when is at the end of a noun, all right, we know because of the new rule, it is a directive, all right, and also makes it feminine as a suffix, all right. So, also ties it up. Why is the word feminine? All right, because it's dealing with rulership. It's a land belonging to someone, right? When something is an object belonging to someone, it makes it feminine, right? Like Malak being king and Malak Wa, right? Being a kingdom. Waf makes the word feminine, right? Because a king rules over his subjects, rules over the kingdom, right? So in this case, we have Aratazah. All right, we have Aratazah with a ha at the end, making it feminine. Why? Because it's the land of Canaan, right? This land belongs to Canaan. This land is subject unto the Canaanites, right? So that's what makes it feminine, right? And that's why you would put a ha, right, at the end of the sentence. I mean, at the end of the subject, right, to make it feminine. Also, dealing with this case, it is a directive, all right? And then again, we have Canaan, right, which we've established is Canaan. Right. So now we have the complete thought. All right. And he went to go to the land of Canaan, and he entered. Oh, lot. Ratazah is land in this case. All right. So Aratazah can mean earth or land, but in this case, we're dealing with the land of Canaan. All right. So, and he went to go to land of Canaan, and he entered to the land of Canaan. All right. Now, let's go to the scripture and see if this transliteration that we've broken down today, introducing the directive, if it lines up with Genesis 12 and 5. All right. So let's go to the scripture. Genesis chapter 12, verse 5. And Abram took Sarah, his wife. All right. So we've established now that the he, dealing with the whole totality of the sentence, is dealing with Abram, because the whole subject of this verse is dealing with Abram, who becomes Abraham. All right. So we have, and Abram took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son, and all their substance, and they gathered and the souls, and they had gotten to Haran. And they, all right, so we have two he's. We have two he's. It makes what? They. All right. So, and they went forth, all right, and they went forth, all right, to go to, all right, the land of Canaan, right? And they came, all right, and they entered to the land of Canaan, all right. So this literally transliterates into what Genesis 12 and 5 says, all right. So in Hebrew we have Waya Tazawa Lalakah or Ratazah Kanine Waya Ba'awa or Ratazah Kanine, which translates to, and he went forth to go to the land of Canaan, and he entered to the land of Canaan. All right. So copy this down. Make sure you have this copy down. Um, it's dealing with a little bit of scripture breakdown. All right. So what we're about to do is, once you have this copy down, I'm gonna give you guys a secular introduction, kind of like a call and response, right? If you have any questions, type them in the chat. Let me check chat, make sure there ain't no questions. The earth, all right. Yes, that is the earth. All right, boom. All right, if you have any questions, type them in the chat. I am checking the chat, all right? All right, so we have this written down, all right? If you weren't able to get it down, I'm about to erase it. Make sure you go back. All right. So now we're going to get into informal greetings. All right. Informal greetings. All right. So you don't have to always say Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Barakathum, or Tha, or Shalom Yahweh Smart Ilathun Bashim Yahweh Shah, or Shalom Yahweh Smart Ilathun Bashim Yahweh Shah, right? You know, it gets a little, I mean, when you see five brothers, you know, like, damn, you know, so you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into some informal ways that you can introduce yourself, okay? All right. Everybody got this? All right, cool. All right. So remember what we were talking about, present tense. All right. Erase this up here. All right. So present tense. All right. So off the top of that, what is the present tense rule? All right. Okay. So you add a wa between the first and second letter of a word. All right. When you're dealing with the noun. All right. Okay. So we're going to use present tense in dealing with a informal reading. All right. So we have two words that make up a phrase. All right. So the first word is ma. All right. So what does ma mean? That is correct. It's his hand. All right. All right. Ma means what? All right. Okay. In terms of a question. All right. So the next word we have is Korah. What does Korah mean? Hmm? No. No. Up. All right. So my Korah is what's up. Right? But is this correct? No. All right. So the subject of the sentence is up. Like what's up? All right. So we're going to use the present tense rule to form an informal greeting. All right. So we have, and I'm gonna, since I have it in Paleo and Assyrian right here, I wrote in Assyrian earlier, so I'm writing Paleo right here. All right, since you have it right here, okay. All right. All right. So using the present tense rule that we have here, all right, the sentence is ma qua wara. All right. This is how you correctly say what's up. All right, because we're talking about physically what's in the present tense. Okay, so because it's present tense, the rule is we add a wa, the wa right here, right, between the first and second letter of the noun in the word. All right, this is the first. All right, we have qua, the qua, all right, and the ra, right, was the first letter. So we add a wa there, right? That's how you know a word is in the present tense. Okay, so we have ma quora, ma quora. All right, so we have in the present tense what's up? Question mark. All right. So we've established the rule. All right. So now let's form a sentence. All right. So, normally when there's a question, there's what? An answer. All right. So let's form a sentence. All right. So I can erase this. All right. And I'm going to move this up. All right. So we have. Well, let me do the whole thing. All right. So we have ma, wa, ra. All right. So we've already established that this is what's up. All right. So we've already established that. And we're establishing that Korah deal with the present tense, like right now. What's up right now? Okay. We have a new word. All right. So we got dom. All right. Anybody know what dom means? Blood. Here we go. Blood. All right. Then we have Hadam. All right. So difference between dom and Hadam. This word has a prefix. All right. So we're going to go over to our prefix cheat sheet on our chart. Ha. What does ha mean? Ha means the. All right. All right. So it can be the. All right. But in this case, all right, we're using the directive rule. All right. So whenever is attached to a noun, all right, whether it's in the front or in the back, right, it can be of or to, right? So, how is this a directive, right? All right. So we're talking about blood. So what type of blood is it? All right. So we have next word. Sha la ya. All right. The context real quick. All right, Strong's Concordance number is 7987. I want to check something real quick. Play it back. 7945. Eight 7945. All right. So this word has a suffix. All right. What is the suffix off the Tazadat? Ya. What does ya mean? My. Makes it personal. Right? So Shalaya is an actual word that means private. Right? But when you break down the root word shalah, right, which is 87945, right, means an account. All right. So what is an account? It's an account of my blood. All right. So what's up, blood of my blood? All right. So Makarah Dam Hadam Shalayah. What's up, blood of my blood? All right. So what am I saying? What's up, family? All right. Or I can say Makarah Muspaka, right? Which literally translates to what's up, family. All right. Or I can say Shalom Makarah Dam. Peace. What's up, blood? You know what I'm saying? So these are informal ways that you can say this. All right. So I'm gonna write the different ways you can say this. I'm just gonna write them out for you down here real quick. So we got. Matter of fact, this is gonna be your homework. Ha ha! Homework.
How you say huh in Hebrew?
Basically saying the same thing. Ma? Oh. All right, so this is your homework. All right, so your homework is you have to write these 3 sentences in Paleo and Assyrian, and you have to transliterate them to English. All right, okay. So we have Shalom Ma Korah Dam. All right, Ma Kwara Mashpaka. Shalom Ak and Shalom Akawat Ma Korah. All right. So this is your homework. All right. Homework. Paleo and Assyrian. All right. You have to write these sentences, all right, in Paleo and Assyrian and transliterate them into English. All right. So we're going to stop it off right there. All right. And with that, we're going to say Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat. Well, let me make sure y'all got no questions real quick before I close out the class. All right. No questions. All right. All right. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, thumb to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh, Shemar, the thumb by Hashem, Yahweh, Shah to the sisters, and we go. All right. Boy, they busting out there, boy.